technology, increase of this in the dark 20. MLS systems, you have some fun. Cryptocurrency, changing how the world does business.
All right, my brother, it's on you.
Event. Can you all hear me now?
Yes.
Like Verizon, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Good. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Bitcoin event hosted by MLS Bitcoin Club. We're going to go ahead and go to work this evening. We're not going to be here before you long, but we have some very powerful information that we want to get out to you. So hopefully you have your friends and family on, because we will have a great evening to share with them how we're not even a part of this whole, what I call today, a recession. Okay. And I'm gonna get more into that here in a little bit. So let's go to work. First of all, I want to give a quick disclaimer. I'm not a licensed financial advisor to be dispensing financial advice. Information contained within this presentation is intended for informational purposes only. Numbers that you're about to view are based on individual and team performance. Those last two words are very important, folks. You want to know why? Because it's all about team effort here. Okay. And we're going to show you why here in a minute. So we're breaking the chains of financial slavery together. Those of you that are in MLS Bitcoin Club right now understand that it's very important that financial slavery first starts in the mind. Okay. We have to start recalibrating how we are thinking about wealth, how we're thinking about money. Okay. So at the helm, we have a gentleman that we're getting ready to introduce. Well, not introduce per se, but let you know who is running the helm of this club that's showing us how to think differently. Okay. Anybody ever heard of repent? Repent is not like a very holy name. It simply means change your way of thinking. That's all it's saying. Change your direction, your way of thinking. Okay. And that's what we're doing here. Age-old truths never finish. So you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Have you heard this before? You've probably heard this down through the years. You teach a man to fish, you feed him for his life. That typically meant, a skill or trade, learning a job and so forth. However, there was one thing that has been left out for many years, and I think they did this on purpose. They didn't want you to know this secret right here. If you teach him the fishing business, you feed his families for generations. In the MLS Bitcoin Club, we're about teaching you a business that you will be able to pass down legacy wealth for generations to come. So my question to you, are you ready to learn how to feed your family for generations? I would hope so. That virtual high five up, all of that stuff. I hope that's what you're doing right now, because that's what we're going to show you. Now, who's at the helm of this masterful club? Well, the name of it is Massive Leveraging System. Okay, MLS stands for Massive Leveraging System. And it was put together by this gentleman here, Derry Perkinson. Affectionately, we called him Wall Street. Okay, he's a master trader. He's been doing this for over 15 years, trading and so forth, right, in the markets. He's a computer engineer, okay, infinite banking specialist, which means he knows how to put your portfolio together for insurance policies so that you can start creating your own banking systems in your family. And he's a drill sergeant, retired 20 years. So if you hear that tone that he brings across, hey, he's a no-nonsense guy, but at the same time, he'll give you the shirt off his back. That's just who he is. But it's so serious in this time frame that he's trying to get as much of what's in his head out to you that he don't want you to mess around. No BS, right? But we do have fun still. So that's Wall Street. Now, what are some of the things that he's teaching you? Well, I can guarantee you most of this stuff you weren't taught in school, right? Creating cash flow. You probably think creating cash flow is going to get a second or third job. No, it's about knowing how to circulate your cash flow. All right. Understanding cash versus debt, assets and cash, acquire precious metals. How many of you have silver and gold in your portfolio right now? The traditional means or the traditional fidelities and so forth, they say you should only have 5% of gold in the top of your triangle. I scratch my head on that because the last time I researched, gold and silver has been around before any man's money, and it has never went to zero. So what's up with that? Right? What are you going to learn about that? Bitcoin and gold. Did you know that you can purchase gold with Bitcoin? Infinite banking, learning how to trade and acquire real estate. These are some of the key elements to understanding the 5 pillars to wealth that people of the 3%ers have been using for generations. And that's why they continue to stay that way. Now, you never change things by fighting the existing reality. To change something, build a new model that makes the existing model obsolete. Let's think about that for a minute. What is it that you currently may have that you've had to update? You want to make it simple? What about your cell phone? You remember pagers back in the day? You remember two-way pagers back in the day, sky pagers? And now you got a cell phone that can do everything. What about fax machines? That you whatever, right? Now we don't even have to worry about that. We can get faxes to our 800 numbers, right? To our personal lines. Think about those new models that are making existing models obsolete. That's right, Eric. VHS tapes. Oh my God, you going way back. 8 tracks, right? Matter of fact, you know, we can even say CDs right now. All right. Man, we can go on, geez, because streaming is it. But anyway, so it's changing right before our eyes, folks. Think about it. YouTube. We got a new way to watch TV, videos, and things like that. The world's largest media provider that owns no media. Uber, the world's largest taxi company that owns no taxi. That's powerful, folks. You mean to tell me we don't see a whole lot of yellow taxis no more, do we? But yet people are using their own cars with software and they're making money with it. What about Airbnb, the world's largest hotel provider that owns no hotels? Are you seeing where you're building new models that are making the existing models obsolete? What about Carvana, the world's first fully automated coin-operated vending machine? Whoever thought that you could stick a coin in a machine, pick your car, and a 20 or 30 or 40 or $50,000 car is going to come down on like an escalator and come out to you and you're going to drive it away? Are y'all understanding this? Whatever you was doing 20 or 30 years ago, it's being replaced, right? Amazon, well, we already know about this monster, the world's largest retail chain that owns no stores. And guess what, folks? They don't have stores. They got warehouses. And the reason why they have more warehouses is because they got more stuff that they try to get to you. Okay? And then Bitcoin, one of the world's largest currencies that has no physical currency. Now that right there, that's got to stick with you because you've been using no physical currency for a long time. But did you own it? That's the difference. With Bitcoin, you own it. A brief history of money. Some of you might be able to go down memory lane, hopefully not this far back, because if you if you went 9,000, boy, anyway. So the barter system, right? So it wasn't always the current fiat currency that we use today. It was a barter system. It was like a handshake, all right? You had cows, that other person had chickens, the other one had clothing. You know, y'all just bartered, right? Then you went to cowrie shells, okay? Then we went to our first coinage. You know, those quarters, nickels, and dimes. You look at some of them coins that you might have in your pocket. They might be dated back to the 1900s, right? Okay. Then we went to late 1600 banknotes and IOUs. Then 1944 to 1971, look what happened. For a very short period of time, did you know our paper dollar that's in our pocket was once backed by a little bit of gold? See, even back then, they knew the importance of gold. But why are we not using it now? It might be some trickery, don't you think? I'm just saying. Creature from the Jekyll Island. Read the book. That's all I'm going to say about that. 1971. Nixon shocked the dawn of the fiat currency. Money not backed by gold, but only backed by the faith and credit of the United States government. Folks, they're just telling you right there that your money is not backed by anything but what you believe. And you know what happened? That's when the Bitcoin white paper was released in 2008, when that last mortgage bubble burst and people was getting sick and tired of being sick and tired. And you, the taxpayers, bailed out all them companies and we still ain't paid them back. But yet our national debt is over $25 trillion right now. Go figure. You think we ever gonna pay that off? So we got a new currency that's been released out there for the people. Okay? And guess what? It's by the people. So how many people know about crypto? We can fairly say that, it still remains pretty limited, right? But that's okay. That's why ambassadors, like each one of you that are on this line right now, it's very important that you go out and share with other people the importance of owning some type of Bitcoin. Now, I was going to say crypto, but Bitcoin, because that's the grandfather of all currency. That has the most value. Matter of fact, they call it the gold standard, right? So you fall in between, somewhere in between 6% and so forth. But it's very important that we understand the importance of going out here and being ambassadors for Bitcoin. What is cryptocurrency? For some of you that are new on here, you got invited by someone. Matter of fact, text them and tell them thank you, because they thought a lot of you for bringing you on this call this evening. It could be some concerns about Bitcoin, right? What is it backed by? Well, is it physical money? Who controls it? Now, let's be honest. Do you really care about who controls the money? I mean, seriously. All right. The economics in this nation, come on now. We already know that it's billions of people out here in the world, but only 3% own half the wealth of the world. Think about that. Do you think they're really thinking about you? All right. Who is it backed by? What is it backed by? All money is backed by a collective belief that it has value. And it's strongly backed by global investors. That means we're not even worried about, right? We're not even worried about Bitcoin going to zero, because we have global investors that are investing in this cryptocurrency every single day, and the platform and the infrastructure is getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Well, is it physical? No, but we're already used to not using physical money, right? Digital transactions through debit cards and credit cards we've been using for, a long time, right? So instead of paper, Bitcoin is digital too. Now, no government controls it, you own it. Now, that right there is a powerful statement, because for the first time, we don't even have to worry about being manipulated, being told that we're going to get a stimulus check and we still waiting on one, when all we have to do is plug into a system and we have a currency that we can control, that no one can take it away. Next time you go into the bank, folks, when you're able to, when this Rona is over with, before you go up to the teller, check out this plaque right here. It says, backed by the full faith and credit of the United States government. Think about it, folks. They're telling you right in front of your face, your money is not backed by nothing but popular belief. And believe me, that popularity is fading real fast in other countries. So real quick, I want to show you a video, because you must understand that it's 63 million people just here in the United States and 1.7 billion people worldwide that are unbanked. That means you got people that can't even go, well, here locally, like in the Chicagoland area, TCF is like one of those lower standard banks. You got folks that can't even get a TCF account. You see what I'm saying? That means people can't even get checking accounts because they might be in check systems. They might be in all these other systems. So we have a lot of people that are unbanked. But with Bitcoin and internet, you now become banked again. So think about these third world countries. Take a listen.
The digital world is a part of our DNA now. It's how we share our experiences, how we consume our entertainment, how we stay in touch with our loved ones. This is how we used to send letters, to travel, to make phone calls and shoot movies. Mankind invented software and technologies, breaking every distance, border, difficulty, and pulling the world instantly closer together. But what about banking? Think about it. Billions of people in the world have no access to financial tools. Borders and the system create barriers. We trusted banks, but they collapsed time and time again. They take hundreds of billions in fees from us. Bitcoin doesn't care where you're born, what color your skin is, or where you are in the world. It's an open network. It's maintained equally by people all over the world. Anyone can verify the transactions, and it happens instantly. For just a few cents, you can send any amount of money to anywhere in the world. Bitcoin is a global community of inclusion, an invitation to participate in an open world. Join us today, start a Bitcoin wallet, and help us shape the future.
You know, I can watch this over and over and over again. You know why? Those 4 powerful words at the end that said, be your own bank. For the first time in history, you have a bank account that fluctuates according to the global movement. So 1 Bitcoin is the same in Africa, over in Venezuela, over in Mexico. It's not all of this manipulation of money, and you own it. So now if you have people back at home, across the water, across the pond, wherever, it doesn't matter. 1 Bitcoin is the same over there. Back in 2017, 1 Bitcoin was worth $20,089. It pulled back. Some of you might have said, oh, I lost Bitcoin. No, you lost because you got out. But see, Bitcoin, you never lose unless you sell all of your Bitcoin. Now, when it pulls back, you know what you do? You go buy some more. Okay, so understand that. So we're here in the early adoption stage. Even though Bitcoin is 10 years old, right? 11 years old, we're still in the early adoption stage. It hasn't even been fully adopted in the mainstream. So those of you that are on this call right now have a chance to jump in front of millions of people and really collect as much as you can, because when it shoots up to 20,000 this time, baby, bye. You know what I mean? It's gonna, listen, you're talking about another wave of millionaires. We already had like a wave of millionaires back in 2017. You know what I mean? So just think about what happens this time, because we got a lot more people that are understanding the power behind it. It's gonna be sick, and you'll be a part of that. All right. Now, some of you might be like, well, you know, how do I spend this Bitcoin? Well, let me ask you, when that Bitcoin hits $20,000 a coin, and you got about 50 of them, go buy you a Bentley. You know, as if you're into that thing, right? If you notice here, it says BitPay. We use BitPay in our own club, right? It's one of our crypto cards. You have a person here that purchased a Bentley. I think this was down in Houston, okay? Now, anybody know this person that passed? He passed a couple years ago. And it's a shame that, you know, we see people that have done so much after they pass, right? This gentleman right here, I mean, he did so much in a little short time lifespan. But this man here did some things for his community, which is unbelievable. But one thing that he was about, guess what? Cryptocurrency. He understood the movement. He was trying to move his community into the cryptocurrency space itself. Blockchain-based music apps. I mean, we can go around the whole circle, but understand where we're at, folks. You see what I'm saying? This gentleman right here, Nipsey Hussle, he was already on the cutting edge of technology. And I believe in some of his rap songs, he was sharing it with you. He was trying to give y'all hidden messages. How many of you all were listening back then? This was like 2 or 3 years ago. All right. So MLS Bitcoin Club, just like with anything else, membership has its privileges. So you're just wondering, you know, it's amazing to me how folks want something for free all the time. Well, how do I get this information without going through the club? Really? I mean, people take time to research this, but yet you want to go around the system. Well, listen, would you do that to Sam's Club? They're membership based. Would you do it to AAA Auto? I bet you if you was out in somewhere that you couldn't get that tire fixed, you'd be calling them, wouldn't you? What about Planet Fitness? We already know about resolutions in the first part of the year that are never, people, I ain't even gonna talk about that. But anyway, Costco Wholesale, okay? These are stores and places that have memberships, and because you have the power of economics, mean you have a group of people coming together for one cause, you can get discounts on more items. Understand that. Discounts on more items because a collective amount of people are able to come together and buy memberships. It's no different here. These are household names, and guess what? MLS Bitcoin Club is quickly becoming that next household name in the financial wealth building systems. And it's untraditional. And I like that. Why? Because we're going against the narrative. See, the narrative has been you go to work 40 years, retire, get a gold watch. Now you got to go back to work. I don't like that. Here, you get into a financial wealth building system, you start creating your own wealth, you pass it down to your kids' kids, and you're still creating wealth. Which one would you rather be in, folks? So what is this all about? It's all about sharing. We are a club of sharing and inviting people into the club to learn about untraditional financial education that was not taught in schools. How many of you, if Wealth 101 and 102 was available in college, you would have took that class? Show of hands. Can I get a show of hands? Would you have taken that class if it was available? Wealth 101 and 102. You would, right? Well, why wasn't it there? Because they were not trying to teach you how to become wealthy so you would not be a part of their system. If you understood the power of wealth, you would not be a part of their system, which means they could not control you. So we are sharing with other people the power of this club so that they can come in and learn what you're learning. And with that, we're going to show you how to handsomely receive referral fees, which we call compensation if you so choose, right? Cash flow, if you will, simply by inviting people here. Now, come on. No monthly fees, folks. We got a yearly membership fee of $99. If you cannot make $100 in a year, you need to stay at your job. I'm just saying. Come on, man. $99 a year? This is a gimme. Okay? Now, we got 10 levels in this club. 10. Okay? Everyone starts off at the starter house, and we're going to end up right up here. And I call it the big house, and you'll understand what I mean in a minute. Now, if you notice here, we deal with fractions of Bitcoin. So just like, a $100 bill or, 250s, 520s, and so forth. Same thing in the cryptocurrency space. If you can't get one whole Bitcoin, which right now, one whole Bitcoin, what is it? Can anybody put it in the chat? What is one whole Bitcoin right now? It's around $9,700, $9,800, something like that, almost 10,000. So if you cannot get one whole Bitcoin, thanks, Cecilia, all right, you can get fractions of Bitcoin, and we're going to show you how to build your portfolio up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 50 Bitcoin, all right? So these numbers down below are what it takes for you to get on each level. You're going to buy your way up to each level till you get to the last level. Why are you doing that? Because each level that you buy into, you have the potential to receive that much more Bitcoin, and that's what these levels are above here, these numbers, okay? So these numbers below is what it takes for you to get into that level. These numbers here are the minimum amount of Bitcoin that you're going to receive on these levels, okay? So 0.016 is what it takes to get started, but you're going to receive back 0.048, all right? You're going to take 0.04, because remember, it's only a one-time buy-in, your membership, but you're going to take out of your proceeds that you're going to receive, and you're going to go up to the next level. So you're going to take 0.04 out of 0.048, but you're going to receive back 0.12. So you all mathematic magicians, look how easy this is. 16 times 3 is what? 48. 4 times 3 is 12. 10 times 3 is 30. 20 times 3 is 60, and so forth. This is the minimum amount of Bitcoin that you can receive on each level, but it gets way better than that. Okay, so we're going to jump over here to level 5. Why? They call this a sweet spot. See, when you get to this level, zip codes changing. That citation that you've been driving for 30 years, now you can get an upgrade to a Chevette. No, is it Chevette then citation or I'm dating myself, ain't I? Well, I'm just saying, you'll be able to get an upgrade. Okay, you might get a Broham Cadillac or something, whatever. My point is that when you get here, your income really starts changing fast. Now, let's just say Bitcoin was worth $10,000 because we're at $9,700 right now. That means when you buy into this level, because all these levels will help you buy into each other level. By the time you get to level 5, you're going to receive a minimum of 3 Bitcoin. That's $30,000. But oh, by the way, when you cycle the second time, the club is going to send you an extra $500 in Bitcoin. Now, some of you, it might not be significant, but let me ask you a question. Since when has your personal checking account grown unless a direct deposit or something that you put in there allowed you to get credit? If you have that same $500 in a wallet, in cryptocurrency, in Bitcoin, and Bitcoin goes up to 10,500, that $500 just went up an extra $2 or $3. Now, that may not be significant to you, but have your bank account give you 5 or 10% extra a month? Nope. In Bitcoin, you can get that a day. You can get that a week just for letting it sit in your wallet. So for the club being generous enough to give you an extra $500, just imagine what that can do. Statistics show that $500 extra a month would keep most people out of bankruptcy. Okay? So each level unlocks financial tools and more Bitcoin is received, thus creating a lifestyle that you own. All right? So what I would like to do at this time to kind of give you a little bit more in-depth understanding is kind of give you something from a real estate standpoint, okay? Because a lot of us in real estate, you either own a home, rent a home, or what have you, you understand this philosophy, right? So some of you may understand the philosophy of being a landlord or becoming a landlord, right? So did you know that in the real estate market, you can actually buy and sell homes with Bitcoin right now? People actually want Bitcoin for the sale of their home versus this worthless cash. Did you know that? Absolutely. Well, you can do that. You have to learn how, right? Now, in MLS Bitcoin Club, first of all, it's a totally automated system. MLS never holds your Bitcoin, so you don't have to worry about a CEO collecting all your Bitcoin and then running away because he tired of all y'all folks bugging them, right? With all these other careless questions and answers. And like, you know what? I'm tired of this club. I'm taking y'all money and leaving. We don't have to worry about him MLS Bitcoin Club because it's an automated system. When money comes in, when Bitcoin comes into the system, it's already being distributed peer-to-peer around the network. Oh my God, if y'all understood the power of this ecosystem here in MLS, you'd be like, oh, I ain't gonna be able to sleep, all right? So it never holds your Bitcoin. So with a one-time purchase of 0.016, right? You remember that, plus 7, because that's a little fee, because the club has to run. So there's a fee, a little bit of fee on each one of the levels one time, because the club has to run, plus your $99 one-time membership a year. Now you are entered into our community. So guess what? You become your own landlord. Okay? Well, when you become your own landlord, what you need to do as a landlord, you need to get some people in your house, right? So we're going to go out here and share. Remember, we're sharing and inviting people to our presentations that are done daily so that people can get what you've heard so they can join and become what you have became, right? Financially free, or at least striving to be financially free. So you become a landlord. So you go out and share with your first person. You know what happens? MLS Bitcoin Club is going to send you 50% of whatever level that you're on level A. So 0.016, you're going to get what? 0.08, right? Now, you're also going to get $49. The club is so generous, it's going to share the membership fee with you. So you're actually getting a bonus for actually bringing somebody to the club. So 50% of the 0.016, because that's what level we on, the starter level, plus you're getting an extra $49. But it gets even better. When the next person comes in, you get another 50% and another $49. Folks, I've just showed you a way to get back what you initially put into the club as a membership fee. You now have just gotten it back in Bitcoin. And if you don't do anything else, you can watch your Bitcoin grow right there in your wallet as Bitcoin grows around the world. But I'm pretty sure you wouldn't want to do that. And you'll see why in a minute. because when your person brings in someone, you know what happens? You all split that rent 50-50. But they get the $49 bonus because they did the work of helping you fill your house while they're starting to fill their home. Ooh, I just said something there. You mean to tell me if I help them, or if they help me fill my house and I'm helping them fill their house, we can split the rent 50-50, but they get the bonus? Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with that. Share. However, if you go out and do the work and get a third person, MLS Bitcoin Club is going to send you 100% of this 0.016 and give you a bonus of $49. Now, I ask you, I don't know if you make $200 a day, $300 a day. If you're unemployed right now and you are happy about this extra $600 a week that they're giving you for unemployment, that, oh, by the way, is only going to last for 26 weeks, and then you're going to have to go find something else. You can right here dig in deep in the trenches for a short period of time and receive payments 2 or 3 times a day, 4 times a day, however many times you want. And all you've done is invited people into the club, and they're getting a financial education just like you. But it gets better because the next person that comes in, same thing, 50% plus 49. If you go out and get the fourth person, it's 100% plus 49. All right, folks, all we're doing is duplicating, and you're receiving Bitcoin. Now, I've just showed you how 5 times has went into your wallet, and all you've done is shared it with a couple people. How easy is that? And you're getting bonuses all over the place. Well, oh, it gets better. Because remember, I told you any level that you buy in on, you never leave that level for life, even as you're going up to the next level. Well, guess what? When that next payment comes in, no matter if it's you that brought them in or that person, it's gonna trigger another house just like this one, which means every last one of these people that follow you are gonna follow you into this home, and it's gonna cycle you again and go get your third home, go get your fourth home, fifth home, sixth home, seventh home, eighth home, ninth home, 10th home, many homes. And how many people did you bring in? 2. We didn't say go down and get 50. We said 2. Now, we know in a perfect world, if 2 got 2 got 2, it would just run smoothly. But we know more than 2 people, don't we? You can look in your phone. You probably got 2,000 people, and then half of them you don't like. They probably need some money, though. Help them. Okay? So let's turn right back around and look at this chart again. It should look a little bit different because it got rooftops on it now, right? We got 10 homes, folks. Each level receiving Bitcoin is a minimum 3 times plus an extra 10%. Oh, wait a minute. Something got added on this slide right here. About 3 or 4 months ago, guess what our founder did? He said, I'm in the giving mood. I want to give y'all some more Bitcoin. I want to encourage people to move up as fast as they can without stopping and worry about if you're outrunning your sponsor. Who cares about outrunning somebody? We all trying to get to the same destination. Success like speed, right? So he said, I'm going to give you an extra 10% if you brought in somebody and they have the capacity to jump to the next level and to the next level. I'm still going to give you 10% of whatever level that they own. Hold up. You mean to tell me at $10,000 for 1 Bitcoin, right? If a person jump up to level 5, because level 5 is 1 Bitcoin, right? You mean to tell me at $10,000, if they get up there before I do, MLS Bitcoin Club is still going to give me an extra $1,000? You could pay your rent. Some of you with that high interest rate you got with bad credit probably got a $1,000 car note. You can pay that. Come on, folks, understand. This club is trying to get you wealthy, okay? So 0.016, you're going to receive back 0.048. We saw this already, right? But now we're going to put some dollars to it. 620, 1551, 3,800, 7,700, 19,000, 38,000. Folks, right up in here, 19,007. You're already looking at $30-some thousand right here in these 4 levels. And here I done showed you another 38,000 just on 1 level, and this is minimum, folks. And what have you done? You simply went out and shared this awesome club with a few people, This is not an MLM. We're not telling you to go out and get 100 people. We're literally telling you to share this with a couple people that you love, that can see the vision and want a life change. And for referral fees in Bitcoin, this is the type of money that you're generating. See, some of you probably can't understand this because 20 or 30 years you've been working. W-2s. Matter of fact, this might be your income, right? It's 38,000, 77,000, 116,000. But do you really make that in 1 year? No, because you're getting taxed. So if you make $77,000 a year, you're actually only making probably about 62 or 68, right? It takes you a year and a half to actually make your salary. And here we're trying to show you how to plug into a system that's going to allow you to generate just off of referral fees the same amount of money that you get. You ain't have to worry about that because we're going to show you all type of tax breaks because you're going to get your own business. Man, I'm getting excited all over again. It's like I want to join again. I mean, like, seriously, do you understand the power in this system? I hope you are. So you're going to start off in the starter home, but you're going to end up in the big house. Boss, you're going to end up in the big house. You're going to have many mansions. That's what the word says. I ain't trying to get biblical, but he did say you will have many mansions. I'm just saying, this is a lifestyle that you own. 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 Understand that, folks. We have this borrow mentality and consumer mindset mentality, and we're showing you how to own your lifestyle. Now, 0.984713. This is somebody's back office. If you sign up with just a free account, you will see these colors: blue, red, and green. They all mean something, but we want to concentrate our efforts on this blue right here. What we have here, because Bitcoin Club does not keep your Bitcoin, but it's a steady recorder of what flows through the system. It will record every single transaction that is received in your, that's going through your personal system. So right here, 0.984. Well, this was back here on May 12th. I got to update this. Well, no, because we right around $9,700. So this is close to being accurate. So 0.98, you're looking at $9,663. That means somebody received over $9,000, okay, and about 14 referrals. And who's to say all 14 even did anything? Trust and believe that's true, right? Well, what about 10.22? Well, 10.22, $98,000? Oh my God. 44 referrals, 34 positions. They put in a little work. This is probably within a year's time. In a year's time, they probably made more than your salary or just about your salary, and it all hit their wallet. And all they did was share information, just like a school system would, going out to try and get more applications for enrollment for the next year. And you have school debt on you that's probably about $100,000 to $200,000. And here we're showing you with $250, you're going to get the same amount, if not better education that's going to take you way on the other side of money. And then you're going to collect an extra 10, 12, 30 Bitcoin. Now, I know it's been a lot. You all are trying to figure this whole thing out. When you bought that Tesla, that Cadillac or whatever, did you ask the mechanic to go up underneath the hood and have him tell you everything and how this thing works? No, you just got in it because you like the smell of that leather and everything. You started up and it actually started up, right? You drove off the parking lot. My point is, just leave it to the engineer. We have a gentleman by the name of Derry Perkinson, AKA Wall Street, that's an engineer, right? Computer engineer. He understands all these gears and stuff. He understands how this back end stuff works. He just wants you to plug into the system, all right? And the system will take care of the rest. Don't try and figure out this whole thing. You don't even understand the current banking system, but you go make your deposits in the bank with a hope, right? Leave it to the engineers, okay? So with that being said, now it's your time to shine. See, this right here is Wall Street, our founders, this is his favorite part. You want to know why? Because he likes to shine on you. He likes to say, hey, you know what? These are the people that are making a difference in MLS Bitcoin Club, and that's special, right? So at this point in time, I want to turn it over to Wall Street so he can talk about these levels, the people that are on the levels, leveling up and so forth. And then he's gonna bring me on back in so we can finish up, because it's not just about the money, folks. Wall Street, you there?
Yes, sir. How you doing? How you doing? Welcome, everybody. Hello, 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 hello. For all the folks on Facebook and everybody else out there, we're going to say goodbye to you for right now. We are done. We are going to stop sharing for a moment because we are going to let everybody turn on their cameras. And we want to let everybody know that these are real people. So everybody's turning the cameras on. And we're going to say goodbye to you guys on Facebook because we are going to go into a specialty thing here. We're going to show this type of cash flow and who's making it. And so we're just going to say goodbye to everybody. You're going to see these people out there with you. Get connected with them. We're going to shake our hands at you. You guys take care. God bless. We see you guys next time. All right, guys, let's get off of